Imagine that one ordinary day, you look up at the sky, and you see a gigantic, open mouth slowly descending toward our planet. Not an asteroid, not a solar flare, but a living, pulsing void. Layers of muscle the size of continents, teeth large enough to eclipse stars. It wouldn't be a sudden impact. You would watch the stars disappear, one by one, behind enormous gums. Gravity would stop pressing you to the ground. It would begin pulling the air from your lungs upward into a celestial stomach. We like to believe that space is mechanical. A system of orbits, equations, and predictable motion. But the truth is, we have explored barely 5% of the visible universe. The remaining 95% we label as dark matter and dark energy, not because we understand them, but because we don't. What if that darkness is not matter, but flesh? What if the universe is not a playground, but a vast vivarium, where every planet has a life cycle and an expiration date? Scientists tell us planets are rocks, but life takes many forms. And no one ever said a planet couldn't be a higher form of predator, one that learned to disguise itself as stone, to avoid scaring its prey. Today, we explore theories that freeze the blood. The idea that space learned how to eat itself. And the most disturbing question of all: are we next on a menu written billions of years ago? Let's talk about exoplanets, exoplanets. Scientists excitedly describe Earth-like worlds. They point to oxygen, water, perfect temperatures. But look at this like a biologist would. In nature, bright colors and sweet smells mean only two things: attraction or a trap. What if some of these planets are cosmic Venus flytraps? Imagine a world made entirely of intelligent, colloidal matter. No solid crust. But it learned how to emit light in the exact spectrum we search for. It knows intelligent species look for oxygen. So, it begins to sweat oxygen into its atmosphere, creating the illusion of life. That atmosphere is not a habitat. It's bait. When probes, or entire fleets of colonists, arrive, the planet shows no hostility. It lets you land. It lets you build. But every step you take on its surface is a touch against the tongue of a colossal organism. It studies you, absorbs your radiation, your heat, your information. And when enough biomass accumulates on its surface, digestion begins. Not an explosion, a dissolution. The ground beneath cities turns soft. Metal structures corrode within hours as specialized acids are released. People don't suffocate, they fall asleep. The planet releases neurotoxins that induce euphoria. It consumes you gently while you dream of a new Eden. From a distance, astronomers observe something strange. A planet vanishes from its star system. It didn't disappear. It finished eating and went dark again, waiting. Beyond star systems, in the cold, between suns, drift billions of rogue planets. We believe they are victims, worlds ejected by gravitational chaos. But what if they are hunters? What if they left their systems on purpose? Imagine a planet with a core of ultra-dense matter, acting like a colossal magnet. No star, no light, only hunger. It moves not by inertia, but by gradients of gravitational heat. It senses other planets, the way a shark senses blood in water. When this wanderer enters a star system, it doesn't behave like debris. It maneuvers. Using stars as gravitational slingshots, it stalks young, energy-rich worlds. The feeding process looks like surgery. The wanderer passes so close that its gravity slices the victim apart. This is not a collision. It is a dissection. The predator tears out the planet's core, like ripping out a heart. The remains spread into rings of debris, while the hunter moves on, slightly heavier than before. Every asteroid belt we see may be a kitchen filled with the gnawed bones of worlds that failed to escape. But the most terrifying possibility is not out there. It may already be here. Some planets are not predators, they are incubators. They become infected. A spore, an object disguised as an asteroid, falls onto a young world. It burrows into the mantle, toward the core, like an insect larva, crawling toward the heart of a fruit. For billions of years, it feeds on planetary heat. It hijacks tectonic plates as a nervous system. You think volcanoes are pressure. What if they are breathing? Earth, in this theory, is not our home. It is an EGG shell. We are microorganisms, living on the surface of something that hasn't hatched yet. When the time comes, the core will stop being metallic. It will become biological. And that enormous mouth in the sky won't be an alien. It will be our planet opening itself to release something newborn and starving. Mountains, oceans, humanity, discarded like broken shell fragments. Those strange low-frequency sounds detected beneath the ground? Scientists call them seismic noise. But what if they are a heartbeat? Slow, heavy, and waking up. We keep asking the same question. Where is everyone? Why is the universe silent? This is known as the Fermi Paradox, Fermi Paradox. There are hundreds of explanations, but none consider the simplest one. A forest is quiet, not because it's empty, but because every creature knows the predator hears everything. Civilizations may be seasoning. We broadcast radio waves. We alter our atmosphere. We light up the dark. To a cosmic hunter, we are a neon sign that reads, open, fresh, food. We shout into the void, hoping for dialogue. But we are ringing a dinner bell. We know almost nothing about the universe. We have only just opened our eyes. And the first thing we see is that we are surrounded by gravitational jaws. Planets we call neighbors. Stars we call gods. All potentially part of an endless cycle of consumption. There is good news. For now, we are small. Insignificant. Not worth the effort. Our danger begins when we grow. When we start reshaping solar systems. When we become visible. When we become nutritious. So the next time you look at the night sky, don't search for alien cities. Search for shadows moving between stars. Look for planets that appear too perfect, too beautiful. The universe is not studying us. It is waiting for us to ripen. And what if that mouth we spoke of earlier has already begun to close? The process may take 1,000 years. To us, it will feel eternal. Enjoy the last centuries of light. Bon appetit.